In the past, they gave out money to families who had drone victims. This explains why Taliban and Ex-Shia are still getting recruits. Yeah, I suspect that they're going to give money to the families. I suspect that's what's going to happen, but and that should happen. They should like it's not gonna fix the situation, obviously. Well, I mean, of course, what am I even saying? But I'm just saying like what we want. Okay, so the reason why I say that is because some people would. I'm just imagining what people say in response, and that's why I'm already responding to what I imagine people will say. Like when I say the family needs to get paid a ton of money, okay? Then I'm hearing they should be, but then I'm hearing in my mind somebody say like, "You think that's going to fix the situation?" And then I'm responding to that. So if I say something that seems obvious, is because I'm always imagining that person that is saying something that is obviously stupid, and I'm just automatically responding to that. But what I fear is not going to happen, that should happen, is the name of the people, every single person that was responsible for this attack. Like, but first of all, Biden needs to be out in front of camera without any pressure, but from anybody. The fact that there's no pressure on Biden to do this right now is unbelievable, right? I mean, there is some pressure, but there's not more pressure. But Biden should have willingly, without any pressure, came out and said like, we screwed up big time, America, we effed the hell up, and we have blood on our hands, and I will promise you that I will find every single person that was responsible for this, and we will hold them accountable. That's what should happen. And this is like right now, like, oh yeah, the people who did this, their names are going to remain anonymous. That's what should be happening, guys. The migration crisis over Haiti, like the people on the U.S. border, that the people that are coming through the border, and the guy on the horse that it was grabbing the people, but you know what I'm referring to. That's getting a lot more attention than this. Okay, I mean, I'm not saying that shouldn't get any more attention, but as far as I know, nobody was killed at the border. Biden's administration is being like getting so much negative attention for the border crisis in Mexico over the people that are coming over, and the images that came out with one of the border agents on a horse chasing these people down, right? And I mean, again, I'm not saying that shouldn't get attention, especially given what he said. Like the border agent said something that was caught on camera that seemed like, what the hell? Like, anyways. But yeah, that should get attention. But why is that getting, why is this like, I mean, 7 children die. Like Biden has came out to talk about that. Biden is like, well, we're going to hold the people who are responsible for the images that came out. Okay, then if you have spent time to come out and say that, why are you not saying that for the people who are responsible for this attack? Like, are you just going to wait until people pressure you? I mean, wasn't this a bigger mistake? Is this not a bigger mistake? So I was saying, what would Trump do if he was still in power? I responded to this, and you don't have to guess. He said it. He came out and said it. He said like Biden should go back into Afghanistan with the troops. We need to like retaliate. That's what Trump said. Like you usually were like, let us guess what he was like. We don't have to. He told us. By the way, okay, again, we don't even have to go think about what would happen if Trump was in power, because when Trump was in power, the drone strikes, killing of civilians, dramatically increased during his presidency. It had dropped significantly from, I think, 500 a year. I'm talking about innocent people, okay, that get killed by U.S. drone strikes. From 500 a year in Afghanistan, it dropped to 100 a year in Afghanistan. If I remember the numbers correctly, I might be. But then in Trump's administration, it dramatically went back up, way back up. So we don't even have to speak hypothetically. We know. Music guy saying, you think they would have way better intel, but maybe since America was leaving, they weren't that informed. No, we know now that they had the info. Their own video footage had enough information in it to show that this was not a. They themselves, when they went and looked at the footage that they already had, it was sitting in their hard drives on their computers. It was sitting there. They had the information available that if they analyzed that this is not ISO-K, that's water. That thing is water. They had that information. It's not the case of not having good intel. This is like the intel was sitting at their desk. Okay, Troll is saying, one of the things Trump did as president was loosen the military's rules of engagement so they would take less efforts to minimize civilian casualties. Yes, guys. Yes. Don't let our anti-Biden attacks be an excuse for any moronic Trumpist arguments, okay? Like, oh, we told you, Armin, we told you that people shouldn't be voting for Biden. Now you see what happens with Biden. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Just shut up. Yes, this was horrible, and we will justifiably would be calling it out. But don't you dare suggest that, oh, this means that Trump would have been a better president. You are beyond like, I have no words for you. You are too far gone. You are too far gone if by this point you're still supporting Trump. Yeah, that's actually a good point. True. Music is saying, unfortunately, this is common news since the war on terrorism started, so people don't seem it's that important. That's not actually not the case, Music Guy, because the other ones don't even make it to mainstream news. This one did, because it was on the back of the exit from Afghanistan. But even after it did the fact that made it to mainstream, like highlighted on mainstream news and everything, it's just a pushback. This is not just Biden's, by the way, fault. This is Americans' people's fault, because, like, where is the outrage? Why are American people, okay, let's not just, okay, yes, Biden bad, okay, but also Americans, why is your outrage over the images that are coming out of the border more with the Haitian migration stuff than this? Could it be because that fits very well on your anti-right-leaning, is this like a really good, like, tribal score point against, people, is it just fits within the left versus right narrative, and just this one just doesn't work? Maybe that's why. Maybe this is like, maybe finding racist. Is it because Americans are more interested in finding racists than child murderers? Is that the reason? I don't know. I'm just wondering. I'm not even. Music guy saying it's both the right and left playing each other. Spot on, Armin. Yeah, maybe. This is. Troll is saying, considering that the U.S. Guys, make sure you tag me if you want me to read your comments or your questions. So, in considering that the U.S. refused to join the International Criminal Court, I am not surprised by this lack of accountability. Guys, this is different from the other lack of accountability scenarios. Okay, this went mainstream and is still. I mean, things might change. I hope things start changing. This needs to. I think. I think eventually, maybe I'm being naive here. I think this is going to raise enough stink eventually for it to become a major subject of investigation and stuff like that. I mean, I hope so. But the fact that the Biden administration, this is my criticism for Biden administration right now, okay? The fact that if that ever even happens is because the media eventually put some pressure on the Biden administration, and the Biden administration, it's not coming already voluntarily. Like the Biden already knows that they screwed up. He has this information. He told people that we took out ISIL-K in response to their attack. And now he knows that, no, you killed children. Why is he not out right now begging for forgiveness? Okay, this is different from all those other, like, yes, United States government takes out innocent people all the time. But the fact that the Biden administration doesn't feel the need to come out and begging on their knees that we fucked up after this becomes even mainstream, this is like this just like, I don't know what to say. I'm lost for words. I am lost for words.
Hey guys, if you're a fan of blasphemy and sexy Callie, like me, then you need to be sure to subscribe to our newsletter, link in the description below. Because if you subscribe, we will send you a free copy of our Blasphemous Art ebook. And let me tell you, it is the tastiest blasphemy that you can find anywhere available today. And we are so generous with our blasphemy that we continue to send you more blasphemy every week. So make sure to subscribe, link in the description below.